Hello, friends. It is Learning Together time, a time for learning for God's children of all ages. And let's make sure we've got some, oh, would you look at that? So Comox Valley Youth is a new initiative from both St. George's and St. Peter's Anglican Church in Comox and is open to any youth grades 6 through 12 who, whether you belong to one of our churches or another church or no church at all, to come and explore in new ways. This upcoming month of November is all about creativity and not being perfect or even good in our creativity. So come and explore Comox Valley Youth, and that's in Comox right now. And if we pop over to the next one, speaking of youth, normally we would be preparing to head off for Evolve, a youth retreat for youth, young adults and their leaders. And because of COVID, obviously we can't gather together with hundreds of us in a conference. So like most other things, it has moved online. And this actually gives us a tremendous opportunity to connect with some faith leaders from around the world, people we would never get to come out to Cultus Lake to share with us. And so it's a really exciting thing. So you can hop on there or on our website for more details. And let's see, what's next? Yes, every week I'm preparing a family devotional where, using just some simple practices, I'm inviting all families of all different varieties, whether you're gathered together with friends at Casa Loma or around your dining room table with your children, all are welcome to participate in this at-home practice. And not to forget, when we tentatively return in person, our children's church programming will all be outdoors. And so I'll be there on the front lawn of the church every week, checking kids in. We will have an online registration, and then we'll be outdoors. So I'll be leading the program, and we'll have some helpers. Remember how Reverend Ryan asked at the beginning for helpers. We'll be needing some helpers, but the program will be led by me, and it will all be outdoors and COVID safe, and we'll be able to play and explore in safe ways like we did at Summer Day Camp this summer. Just make sure you dress for the weather. All right, all those announcements are over. And so I want to invite you to look around the church a little bit. Oh, everybody else started doing it too, how wonderful. And you'll notice that there's a lot of red in the church. And also today, I am wearing white. And so let me grab my treasure chest. Here it is. I'm just gonna put it right here if you don't mind scooching over just a little bit there, Reverend Ryan. Inside the treasure chest today, I actually have two colors. Now in the church, there's some special days, let's make sure you can see these, that are either marked by white or red. Now, maybe you could type in the chat box what white and red represent. Does anyone know? I'm just gonna pop this up so I can make sure I can see the chat. Just in case anyone thinks, oh yeah, Virginia, ready, set, go. Let's see. Who knows what these colors mean? While you type those out, I'm gonna get my friend Harriet to come and join us because she is so wise when it comes to matters of the church. Someone says holy days. That's right. Oh, there's Harriet. Hello, everybody. Holy days, Pentecost. That's right. Oh, we've got an idea from Harriet. Yeah, Harriet says special days. That's right. Anytime there's a special day, it's either white or red, because white, let's think of all the different days we wear white. Christmas, Easter, baptisms, funerals, and red is for the Holy Spirit. And so today is a day called All Saints, and it's where we remember all the people who came before us in the faith. Now, I'm wondering if anyone has ever thought of a famous saint. Does anyone know of a famous saint? What about in here? Does anyone? George. St. George, oh my gosh, that's right. That one was an easy one. Who else? Does anyone in the building know? St. Francis, St. Patrick. Oh yeah, so many famous saints. And All Saints is a day when we remember people who have died but did their best while they were alive to live in God's way and work with God to bring about peace and justice and fairness. And just like there are some famous saints, like we were just sharing, some are not famous at all. They are people from our families or our churches who taught us how to love God and love others. And so there is someone I always think of on this day. I always think of a woman from my church on Bowen named Val Lee. Val has been dead for many, many years, but when I came into the church as a teenager and I started going every week, she taught me so many things about how to be a Christian woman. Yeah, not exactly related. She also taught me how to make pie. So I do make some awesome pie. So let's see. There's all these famous saints, and there's one in particular we wanted to share with you today, and that's Saint Teresa. Maybe you've heard of her. Can we have the slides up? I've got a book here. I'm going to read the book along with these pictures I have to show you. Let's see. Once there was a little girl who was always willing to give a helping hand. Her name was Agnes, and she lived in Macedonia, which is near Greece, and with her parents and her 2 siblings. Agnes was raised to love God and love others above all else. Little did she know that in the future, she would be known as Saint Teresa of Calcutta. One day, a new priest arrived in town. He had been working in India, far from where Agnes lived. She loved listening to his stories about helping the poor in the city of Calcutta. So when she turned 18, Agnes said goodbye to her family and started a long journey. She was determined to become a nun and help people no matter what. She traveled to Ireland and joined with the Sisters of Loreto. Once she had settled in at the convent, Agnes asked that the nuns would call her Teresa from that day on. A few months later, she was ready to board a ship and travel to India. The language, the colors, the food, the smells, everything was new and different to her. Mother Teresa taught at a school for many years, but she knew there were some people who needed her more than her students, the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa took to the streets of Calcutta, determined to help the first person in need. She had hardly taken 3 steps before she stumbled upon a woman who was lying on the ground. Soon, 12 students joined her. They called themselves the Missionaries of Charity, and they set out to care for all those who needed it. They chose to wear a simple sari. Mother Teresa opened a hospital in an old Hindu temple. There was always one more bed, one more plate of rice, and one more blanket to cover whoever needed it. She knew that the smallest things could make the biggest difference. For more than 20 years, she picked up thousands of people from the streets of India. She opened hospitals, orphanages, and schools all over the world. She received all the awards that could be given to a single person. All the awards. But she only accepted them in the name of the poor. Mother Teresa sent a beautiful and faithful message out to the world. It doesn't matter if you do big or small things in your life, as long as you do them with great love. So that is one story of one saint. And maybe this afternoon you could draw a picture or think about the saints you have known who have taught you about God and about love and about caring for others. Because just like you and me, they are disciples too. Now, one more thing I wanted to share with you about what I'm wearing before we go. See, I am wearing this stole, and it is white and gold. And normally we wear it at funerals and baptisms and weddings and things. And so the last time I wore this stole was when I baptized my friend Jaslyn. And today, in just a few minutes, Jaslyn is going to be sharing her testimony, her story of faith with us. And so it was such a wonderful, fantastic, fabulous thing that I was able to put on this stole and remember her and know that she was going to be sharing with us. And just like us, and just like St. Teresa, Jaslyn is a disciple too. So let's sing about it.
Oh, I just love singing this song. So I'm going to be tuning in on my Zoom to listen to the song and to sing it with you next week. But you know where it says people all around us? Why don't we sing people all around the world? Because everyone in the world can be a disciple. Let's sing, Kelly. Who is a disciple? Look and you will see. People all around the world, they look like you and me. When we learn to love and share, care for everyone, we become disciples too. And Jesus' work is done. Jesus, Jesus, teach me how to be